Olympic Stadium, 1, French, Stade Olympique, is a multi-purpose stadium in Montreal, Canada, located at Olympic Park in the Hochelaga-Maisonneuve district of the city. Built in the mid-1970s as the main venue for the 1976 Summer Olympics, it is nicknamed the Big O, a reference to both its name and to the donut shape of the permanent component of the stadium's roof. It is also disparagingly referred to as the Big O, in reference to the high cost of its construction and of hosting the 1976 Olympics as a whole. 7. The stadium is one of the largest by seating capacity in Canada. After the Olympics, artificial turf was installed and it became the home of Montreal's professional baseball and football teams. The Montreal Alouettes of the CFL returned to their previous home of Molson Stadium in 1998 for regular season games, but continued to use Olympic Stadium for playoff and Grey Cup games until 2012. Following the 2004 baseball season, the Expos relocated to Washington, D.C., to become the Washington Nationals. The stadium currently serves as a multipurpose facility for special events, e.g. concerts, trade shows, with a permanent seating capacity of 56,041, the capacity is expandable with temporary seating. CF Montreal, formerly known as Montreal Impact, of Major League Soccer, MLS, has used the venue when demand for tickets justifies the large capacity or when the weather restricts outdoor play at nearby Saputo Stadium in the spring months. The stadium has not had a main tenant since the Expos left in 2004. Despite decades of use, the stadium's history of numerous structural and financial problems has largely branded it a white elephant. Incorporated into the north base of the stadium, inclined at 45 degrees, and not completed until a full decade after the stadium's opening, is the Montreal Tower. At 165 meters, 541 feet, it is the world's tallest inclined tower. The stadium and Olympic Park grounds border Maisonneuve Park, which includes the Montreal Botanical Garden, adjacent to the west across Sherbrooke Street, Route 138. Background and architecture. As early as 1963, Montreal Mayor Jean Drapeau sought to build a covered stadium in Montreal. 8. A covered stadium was thought to be all but essential for Drapeau's other goal of bringing a Major League Baseball team to Montreal, given the cold weather that can affect the city in April, October and sometimes even September. In 1967, soon after the National League granted Montreal an expansion franchise for 1969, Drapeau wrote a letter promising that any prospective Montreal team would be playing in a covered stadium by 1971. However, even though Quebec mayors have broad executive power, Drapeau could not make such a guarantee on his own authority. Just as Charles Bronfman, who was slated to become the franchise's first owner, was ready to walk away, Drapeau had his staffers draw up a proposal for a stadium. It was enough to persuade Bronfman to continue with the effort. The stadium was designed by French architect Roger Taillibert to be an elaborate facility featuring a retractable roof, 6, which was to be opened and closed by cables suspended from a huge 165-meter, 541 feet, tower, the tallest inclined structure in the world, and the 10th tallest structure in Montreal. The design of the stadium has been likened to that of the Australian Pavilion at Expo 70 in Osaka, Japan. 10. Although Taillibert had previously explored the concept of an umbrella-style roof for a theatre in Cannes, 1964, and Piscine Carnot in Paris, 1967. 11. 12. Soon after Montreal was awarded the 1976 Games, Drapeau struck a secret deal with Taillibert to build the stadium. It only came to light in 1970.